God, I wish I had half that ability.
Oh man. So have either of you guys I experienced something, and I feel like
Okay.
I experience it more than normal humans do.
Okay.
Which would be?
I get pimples on the back of my earlobe. Okay,
No, that's not uncommon.
oh my,
Now I've had a few inside my ear and they hurt like a motherfucker.
oh no, I've got them inside my ear, but I just put my headset
That
on.
back ridge.
Oh yeah, I just put my headset on to start this,
Oh yeah,
and
dude. If you don't know that's there, that hurts so bad.
oh no, not only do I know it's there, I just fucking got done popping it, and I had to fold my ear over to pop the pimple, and it
Uh,
was so painful and it hurts so bad to have this headset on right now. But it's on my left ear and I have a left mic headset, so I can't even pull that ear off. I can only pull the right ear off. And that's
That
not the ear that I
blows.
have pain on.
Welp.
Yeah. So that's how we're doing this podcast tonight.
But hey, you sound a lot better now.
Do
Yeah.
I might not sound sick, cuz I'm not. I was
Yeah, you
dying
don't
for
seem
a
like you were
while.
sick this time.
When was it somebody that at some point sounded like they were dying within the last week?
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a thing. I sat down and I did not grab my Powerade out of the fridge.
Welp.
Yeah, and I had already hit the start button. We've been recording for a couple minutes now, so I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
welcome to the swear jar because I don't I forget so often. I've been doing really good on it actually. I've been pretty proud of myself.
Well, we kept after you long enough. We finally may have got you trained.
Yeah, I think it's been probably 20 episodes since I forgot to do the intro. I'm really proud of myself. Well, one of these days I'll be good at the outro. I'm not making any
Hey,
promises of being anytime soon, but one of these
hey,
days, what?
you're that much closer to writing the whole plot line out for an entire cast.
Oh god damn.
You know what you get for that, Jazz? You get a gold star.
Oh, do I get a gold star? Aw. Why, thank you. I appreciate the gold star. But as you can tell, usual cast. Me is Jazz, Dooby Dooms over there, and Mocky Mock.
Heyo.
Which, Mark, you're the only one. Your name in the channel is actually Marky Mark.
I know.
Mhm.
I'm the only one.
Dooms and I have weird names, but in fairness, Dooms and I use this channel for a
Way
lot
more.
more than just the podcast.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because this channel wasn't originally made to be used for the podcast at all. It was originally made to do D&D stuff, which is why you can see one of the chats is literally called D&D chat.
Mhm.
Yeah. I cannot wait till we start playing D&D again.
Oh, I want to so badly.
Yeah, I was talking about that with Dooms. I think I'm gonna have to split it into two separate games
Mhm.
because I have a bunch of people who want to play, but to be
But there's
honest,
conflicting issues with things.
well, yeah, because of the fact that Cody smokes inside, some people can't go over there. They just
Right.
can't tolerate that much cigarette smoke and shit like that. And it's understandable. I don't hate on those people because I don't smoke in my house. All right, I just don't. It is my father's rule, but I also
Mhm.
don't want
It's
that.
disrespect for the house, yeah.
Well, it's also I don't want that around my kid.
Yeah.
Like I smoke, it's bad for me. I don't want it bad for him. I don't smoke when he's in the vehicle. Whenever I'm outside smoking, I try and keep him away from me if he is outside with me. And I'm just like, dude, no, you don't need to be around me while I'm smoking. It's bad. Um,
I
but
mean, that's totally understandable.
yeah, so at that end, a friend of mine wants his younger brother to join, but his brother is not 18. And
Yep.
Cody does not allow minors in his house because of the amount of drinking and shit we do there. It makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get it.
Yeah, I mean the kid's I think 15 or 16, but he knows me. He knows another friend of mine who is going to be here for it. So we're going to basically have like the wild and crazy D&D session, which is going to be kind of wild, wild westy. And then the one at my house is going to be the one that we're using the book Doom's Got Me for Yule, which is the Dragon Heist. Um,
That sounds fucking awesome.
that being
Dude.
that
It's the
being
Waterdeep
said,
setting. It's really nice.
I am
Mm.
already looking at it and tweaking it because you know I hate starting at level 1. I fucking hate
Yeah, I
starting
know.
So instead of being for levels 1 to 5, I'm going to make it 3 to 6 or 3 to 7 and just scale everything up.
Ah, damn.
Because for me, like, unless you want your character to be like right at essentially age of decision, you know, where you're allowed to go traveling and shit like that, there is no reason for you to be level 1. Even if you are at the time where you're allowed to be traveling, I would minimum level 2. Like, I hate level 1 characters. I don't. Like, I get the point in them. Like, I understand, but I hate going through the garbage to get to like level 3 and 5 where the game starts getting really interesting.
You know, now that I think about it, we've never started a camp level 1, have we?
No. I have never once started one of my games at level 1. I always start at level 3. I do that honestly because going through level 1 and 2 for newer players is the most boring thing about the game. The first 2 to 3 level ups are really not. They're just so that you can get some more HP or this or that. And I do like starting gold multipliers so that it's like, hey, from level 1 to now, you've acquired this much gold. Now, then you're not going to have actually that much gold because I'm going to have you buy shit, you know, prior to you quote unquote entering the world, basically when you start being in my world. That way you have equipment that you would have purchased over time, as well as the experience, but you don't have to go through the garbage to get that starting shit. Because, like, when you have a player that's never played before, in my experience, every time that I had like would want to start at level 1, that game just they hated it. All right, but when I start people at level 3, they always fucking enjoy themselves. And
Yeah, I mean,
that's
unless you're a real dedicated player, starting at 1 is just gonna, ugh.
yeah, no. Now then, like we will start playing games starting at level 1, but only once I have a group of players that are dedicated to actually play, even if it's just every other week. I would be fine with like every other week, just twice a month. That'd be fine by me. All right.
Yeah, but it's the thing is like, you know, getting everybody together.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Um,
the DM manage to make the roll check to assemble the party?
no, never. Which is
Oh.
why we have the D&D chats in here.
Mm.
Because I can screen share, I can just pull up my fucking god damn it, there it went. Tabletop simulator, screen share it over here, have you know Doom's in the game with me because you know give him god mode with me so that you guys can move characters around and do what you need to on the map, and we can do D&D through Discord very easily. It's just honestly finding a time. And it's not even like the biggest problem is that most of us work day shift now, but there's like 3 of us that work nights, and it just fucks everything up when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
And Dooms is one of those people that works nights, which is why I refuse to start, honestly, because I I've never once done a D&D campaign without Dooms. Like, I
No,
played.
that's clear.
Yeah. Dooms has always been my co-DM before. Like, now then, before when I was in college playing, I played without Dooms, but that's different. Like,
Mhm.
I mean,
that
yeah, you
was
had no choice there.
well, that was me learning to play because I didn't start playing until I was in college, which is why I started on 3.5 because that's what the guy who was playing taught me. Also, whenever I first started, I think. Hold on. I need to do. When did it even come out? Because it might. Oh yeah. All right. No, that's second edition. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah. No. 2003. So yeah. When did 4 come out? But it makes sense that because he had been playing most of his life.
Okay.
What? Yeah, computer. I don't remember deleting that letter there. Yes, that's what I meant, motherfucker.
Is this what you meant? Yes. Are you sure? Yes.
All right, now I understand why we got the books we got. All right, sorry. I just went down my own mental rabbit hole. I shouldn't have done that in the middle of the podcast. I couldn't help myself.
Woo! It happened.
Shit happens.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so I want to talk about something. Phone, don't you be a dick. All right.
Matthew
So,
said he's gonna be a cocksucker.
no, it's not being a cocksucker. All right. So, when was this? I'm trying to put oh my God, I forgot how long it is. So, in December, a couple days before Christmas, a semi truck drove a self-driving semi-truck completes an 80-mile route with no human on board. Okay, there was no human on the fucking truck at all. It drove from one place to another. See where it went. From Tucson, Arizona to the distribution center in the Phoenix metro area. Either way, like I was reading this article. Here it says it had to do traffic signals to change lanes, on ramps, I don't know why that came out wrong, on ramps, off ramps, highway lane changing. The test drive lasted an hour and 20 minutes. First time a Class 8 autonomous truck operated on open public roads without any human intervention. I'm super excited about this.
That's actually pretty awesome, legitimately.
That is pretty awesome, but I just don't like machines, so.
You know what?
I can make some Skynet remarks, but I'll hold.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you knew exactly what I was going for.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can keep screaming that through the airwaves. Well, I keep saying that I welcome the robot overlords so that they don't murderify me.
All right,
Alright.
Henry Zablansky.
I just, maybe don't get murdered by the, crazed sex robots. That doesn't sound like fun.
No, it does. Well, I mean,
Wait a
yes,
minute.
they
You
put- they
just contemplated it for a minute. You had a thought.
That's because he
No,
thought
it-
death by snoo snoo.
Wait a minute. That just no. Everyone thinks that would be awesome, but that would be terrible.
Yeah, death by snoo snoo does not sound fun. Oh,
Not even in a little bit.
I had something else I wanted to talk about tonight too, and I forgot to put it in my notes. It's been a weird few days at work because of like the weather and all that crazy shit.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all.
I had to go to the store today on my way home, and it was horrible. Abso-fucking-lutely horrible.
Why?
I
Oh,
mean-
because the fucking snow panic.
Yeah, all right. I legit, I didn't. I went to get fucking Powerade and pizzas. And I'm like, well, I'm here. I'll get some Swiss rolls, some Oreos, like everything in my car. I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is all the shit nobody gets when it's snowing. It's the only reason I was able to get everything on my list is because it wasn't milk, it wasn't bread, it wasn't cheese, it wasn't eggs. Like, it was none of the things people get when they panic shop for fucking snow. So I
Oh,
was
dude, the
just
only
like,
reason me and Jenny were able to get milk is because we got there like before noon.
yeah, when I walked to the back, I grabbed milk, but I didn't grab like a gallon of milk like normal people.
Yeah.
I grabbed 4 of the Hershey's Oreo cream shakes because that's what Gavin loves to drink,
Mm.
and I demanded one of them, and then he's gonna drink the other 3, and I can guarantee you he will.
So you're using the dad tax.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Who does?
I freaking spoiled the shit out of this kid.
No shit.
I gave him his computer back tonight.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he spent a while on that. Oh man, this is good. I haven't had Starburst in a while. I bought him when we were at the movie last night. Actually, I had Cody
Yeah.
buy him for me.
Did
Mm-hmm.
you have a bag now? It's like Starburst, only the reds.
Oh God.
I had that and I was like, oh my god.
That
Mm.
like the only strawberry one as well.
Yeah, it's got red. Oh yeah, like that. It's got the reds from all the Starbursts, like the fruit punch ones and everything.
Mm.
I was like,
Oh, it's just all the variations of the red Starbursts.
yep.
Yep.
Oh.
I was like, I'm not gonna have teeth left.
No, dude, fuck you. I like the yellow. Yellow and orange are my favorite.
See, the yellow one is one of my personal favorites.
Oh boy. So I mentioned that we were at a movie last night.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Either of you
Damn
wanna
good movie.
either of you wanna say
All
we're
right, guys. All right, guys. We went and saw Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yep.
finally. That being said, we always wait like a couple weeks to go see movies because
We're not fighting those crowds.
yeah, well that and like I was telling y'all last night, those fucking floors in the fucking theater, the balloons and the colors and it gives me acid flashbacks, all right? And I don't need that shit in my life. All right? And I really really don't need that shit in my life with a big crowd, okay? It's not what I'm about. So, I just
I don't
looked
blame
up
you.
and around and ahead and not down, and I was
Yep.
fine, you know? It was an active choice.
Anywhere that was not the carpet.
Yeah, that carpet, dude, that carpet's fucking just gnarly. It's not as bad as the old carpet in, do you remember Real Theaters?
Yeah.
The one that told, yeah.
Oh my god. I remember going there once after I'd done acid and like started having flashbacks occasionally. Um, and now it's literally just patterns and trees, and I don't know why. Um, oh, and a third thing, when windows have those like grid pattern on them. I don't know how else to explain it. Where like it's like the white outline to square off the window into multiple windows, even though it's just one window. Something about those, they wave. I say wave, and you guys in my head, it's like they're popping out and waving at me. No, it's literally like just like a wave back and forth, just like a
Yeah.
Just swaying
The
in the wind or
motion.
a
something.
sway. Yeah, just a gentle sway.
If I look at shit for too long, it starts doing that, and I'm just like, okay.
I know, and you're sober.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at shit for too long and it starts doing that, and I'm like, am I losing my fucking mind? Did I take something and I just don't realize it?
I think. Oh no, I don't want to ruin anything on him. I was gonna try and make a bet with Cody, and the winning, like if I won the bet that he couldn't drink on for Sunday football. But
Oh, dude, he would be so annoyed with you.
I know it's just not worth the joke.
It
I
would
know
be funny,
I
but
know
he
that
would want
we've
to beat
gotten him
someone.
on quite a few things. He's gonna have to eat some really hot shit. All right.
Yeah, but that's not really anything to him. That motherfucker eats spicy food like it's going out of style.
It should go out of style. It's bad for you.
Uh,
Drugs are
Yeah,
bad,
but
okay?
yeah, drugs are bad. Okay. Just,
Okay, Mr. Robot.
yeah.
Maybe you should get closer to the Wi-Fi.
Um,
Um,
no, if I had to go to the Wi-Fi, I'd have to be in the living room where everybody's at.
oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
mm,
Ooh, and it's getting colder and snowing on and off.
Yeah, okay, so has it snowed a lot around y'all or
Um, I won't say a lot. Probably about an. We've probably seen total 2 inches of snowfall, maybe
yeah.
half an inch of accumulation.
it's melting too fast here to even stick to anything?
Really?
Right, but it's gonna get colder later.
Yeah, the thing
Yeah, like
isn't
I'm gonna
the
driveway
snow.
freeze.
The thing is the ice on the roads.
Oh, I know. Like I fully expect because it snows. Like, yep, that driveway's freezing.
Like,
Like I'm glad I'm.
wow, domo origato, Mr. Roboto.
Dobo.
Domo. God damn.
That's a good song. God, I haven't heard that song in forever. You're making me feel old.
No, you know what makes me feel old? I work with a 19-year-old kid. All right.
Ha, 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 ha.
And earlier, oh my God, this morning we were getting everything opened, blah, blah, blah. You know, like the store's not open, so the lobby's empty. He's got his headset in. And me and the server are in the back, she's like organizing something. I'm doing dishes. And we just start hearing him. We look at each other and we're like, what the fuck is going on? Is he okay? She asked me, she's like, is he okay? Is he yelling? Is he singing? Like, what the fuck is he doing? And I walk up to the front and he's like, he's listening to some Eminem song and he's like super fucking into it. And I'm going to preface this with boy cannot hold a tune in a bucket. All right. He could not hold a tune for any amount of money you would try and give this man. He cannot. It is impossible for him. Um, but he's like scream rapping and jumping and like super intense about it and red faced like a motherfucker. All right. And I walk up there and I'm like, you all right, bud? And he just keeps going. He doesn't even pay any attention to me being there. And then all of a sudden he stops, takes one of the earbuds out, looks at me and he goes, "Sorry, man. I really like that part of the song." And I'm like, "No, you're cool, but you are as red as your fucking shirt." All right? Like, are you okay? And he's like, "Yeah." And he's very winded. All right? Like he's like, "Yeah, I'm good. It's just I really like that song." And I'm like, "Yeah, you didn't have to jump around like that. You're in terrible shape, bro. Like what the fuck?" In his defense, he did just break his Achilles tendon. All right? Like he
Mhm.
just got back got back to work maybe 2 months ago. He goes to physical therapy like 2 or 3 times a week still.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, he'll be going to physical therapy for a while. We deal with all kinds of shit. Work is fucking crazy, all right? And like with the weather and construction, that's a whole fucking thing. They're rebuilding all the fucking sidewalks around Sevierville proper. All of them. All right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Our our parking lot has not had a full driveway since like before Thanksgiving. Like they did half of it and then went off and did other shit. I don't even know what they did. They were just gone. And then this morning all of a sudden they showed back up. It's like, where the fuck have y'all been for the last month? Finish the job. The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, so we said we went to
Um,
Spider-Man. We never talked about Spider-Man himself.
Yeah, because you started rambling.
I do
Mhm.
that. What did y'all
I was
think?
like, I fucking loved it.
It's a great movie.
Okay.
Like the one person I wanted.
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
That timing.
Yeah, we caught the one person and that was it.
Yep.
The only thing
Mm,
I will say about the movie that is a negative, because I have to give one negative, is I wish they used Octavius more. I liked
I
him.
do.
Yeah.
I wish
This,
after they fixed the chip in his neck, instead of him running off, he grabbed Peter and ran off, like Tom Holland Peter, and ran off,
yeah.
and was
See, that's
like,
the thing that got me. Like he fell down the side of the building and just disappeared. He could have fucked Green Goblin's life up right then and there.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
It's like everyone was like I forget the guy's name that was sitting beside me. He's like, "Oh, they just fried the chip," and I'm like, "Dude, no, the fuck they didn't. That's Tony Stark's technology. That shit's good."
yeah, no.
Like the only reason the shit got fried originally is because he created a miniature sun in a fucking living room, pretty much.
I mean, that's what an arc reactor is essentially, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Otto just couldn't figure out how to do it right.
Oh, I was reading a fucking article today. What was it yesterday? About China's gearing up their artificial sun thing again.
Are you fucking serious?
Nah, dude, it's world's going crazy, man. World's going crazy.
And then some.
Well, I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, they've got a giant Gundam build. That's cool." I'm like, "Yeah," until they start building them to wage war on people. Have you never seen Gundam?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like this is stage 1 of imminent destruction. But that being said, the US is typically ahead of foreign countries in military technology. The people just don't know about it.
Oh yeah, obviously. Like they're not going to tell you all the really cool shit they got.
No, why would they? If they tell you about it, then it's not a fun secret.
It's like everyone's like, "Oh, railguns don't exist." How the
Yeah,
fuck do
they
you know
do.
that?
Mhm.
They've existed for over a decade.
That's been my favorite. One of my favorite actual military techs was the railgun.
Yeah, they're just
Only,
impractical.
Mhm.
yeah,
Very much
yeah.
so.
Because the one they got now is mounted on a fucking battleship. I think they can't figure they haven't miniaturized him yet. The last I read, which was years ago, because I got bored.
No, I mean, they have them. It's just they're impractical to use on anything small. And they can take out a big ass target if you hit them right. Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so glad the mic isn't picking up me sucking on this starburst.
So, yeah, what was your favorite part of Spider-Man?
Mm. Favorite like tiny scene was when they were thwipping off, like the three Spider-Men thwipped off after they realized that they don't work well together, and
Yeah,
they all did they swung together, and then I couldn't tell which one was which. I can't wait to rewatch it and actually look it all up, like shot for shot on some things. Um, but the one in the middle whipped to the other two and did the spin and threw them. I really like
Yeah.
that.
mhm.
Um,
One my favorite little part was where they're like, "All right, here's your web fluid," and Tobey Maguire's like, "What is that?" They're like, "Oh yeah, for our web shooters," and he shoots the web out, and they're like, "Wait, what? Dude, that came out of your body? That came out of your body, bro? What the fuck?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, you guys can't do that? Huh? That sucks."
yeah, that is one reason that Tobey Maguire should be my favorite, because that's the way Spider-Man should be in my mind. But
Yep.
but you know, it's not my place to decide who is the real Spider-Man. Mm.
main Spider-Man has to use web shooters, but there's other web slingers in that universe that have organic webs. It's like, bro, Spider-Man got shit on in that regard.
Yeah. I know that oh god, my brain. There's just so much I'm trying to go through my head. I really like the statement from Doctor Strange of like, you left me hanging over the Grand Canyon for 12 hours. All right, like,
Yeah, he was not happy, not at all.
yeah, Doctor Strange is like probably one of my favorite Marvel characters. Like Doctor Strange and Tony Stark. And I just say
Yeah.
Tony Stark because there are many Tony Starks. All right. There are.
But is this one yours?
I will say Robert Downey Jr. is definitely my favorite Tony Stark thus far. All right. I've watched animated. I've watched enough of this stuff. All right. Like
Mhm.
of the, we'll say, action, like the animated live action. Well, I mean, he's the only live action one, but
Mhm.
I like Tony Stark, or like him being Tony Stark. In
Yeah.
the comics, there are so many variations of Tony. I think my favorite comic variation of Tony is the one that has the god damn it, the Nemesis sphere thing, the sphere around a sun.
The
Oh, yeah.
Dyson sphere?
Yeah, that's probably my favorite Tony Stark, just because he's like ridiculously like he is a human that is essentially as strong as Thanos just because he's smart as fuck.
Yeah.
All right, like, and it's one of those things of I love Tony because he's always, it's just like, yeah, that's what makes us fundamentally different. I'm a genius, you know?
Yeah. It's like but Tony Stark has gotten his ass handed to him by a lot of characters that should not have been able to hand him his ass.
I mean, Thanos got beat by Squirrel Girl.
Thanos got arrested by the NYPD once, so
I forgot about that.
yeah, they just cuffed him and walked away, and he was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Are you serious?" The fucking Mad Titan just handcuffs stopped him, really.
Well,
he wanted them to feel like they were people.
maybe.
If I remember right, he went to jail for over a year in that comic book. Like, he just went to jail.
Maybe he was depressed.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. No, I did like how they did the little things between the Spider-Men and their villains because the emotional connection with them.
Oh yeah.
Like when Otto had the the arc reactor in his hand, and he goes, "The power of the sun in the palm of my hand," and he was talking to him. He goes, "Peter, how are you, my boy?" I was like, "That's cool," because now he's getting the closure he never got. And the other, like Electro and the Lizard, they didn't really talk to the Lizard.
Yeah, but I mean, the Lizard's kind of a nut job before he became the Lizard. I mean, I don't know in that universe because I've not watched that universe.
I
But
mean,
like,
I think he was a brilliant genius, but you know what they say, genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
well, yeah.
He was like right there on the edge, and he just really the reason he did it is because he wanted his fucking arm back. He lost his arm, and he was just trying to figure out how to regrow his fucking missing arm.
Mhm. Oh, I know. That's always his thing, though. No matter
Mhm.
what he's doing, it's just him trying to get his hand back. Which
Yeah,
just
Mike.
shows men will do anything for a handy.
Oh my god, I should have known that was coming.
Yep, I couldn't help it.
I was really glad that Green Goblin came back and like just he was a lot more brutal than he was in the fucking first movie.
Yeah, I'm glad that like when they were doing everything, and he made that statement, of being like, "You'll finally, no more evil half." I was like, "Yeah, I'd say right about now the Goblin's taking over."
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's like, "How does it feel, Norman?" I'm like, "Oh no, the Goblin is." I was like, "Has the Goblin been in control the whole time?"
No,
Hmm.
there's no way. I'm not buying that
Yeah,
one.
I mean, I didn't like. He even says it. Like, I thought that for a minute. He goes, "I watched you from behind Norman's weak eyes." I'm like, okay, so you literally just took over right then.
Yeah, that's what I figured as much too. I was just like, "Ooh." You can see the shift in the because like I can't remember his name. God damn it, the actor who plays him.
William
What?
Defoe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Defoe. He's such a great freak of nature that you can see when he just shift. Like his facial structure changes just slightly. And like
Mhm.
I'm like, dude, you are just so good at being evil.
He's great at playing the crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He'd be great as the Riddler.
A lot of people want him to be the Joker.
No. No,
Mhm.
no, no. Fix the Riddler. All right, like the Riddler is the laughing stock of the Batman villains. Fix the Riddler.
With
Well,
what?
yeah.
The Riddler used to not be the
Well,
laughing stock.
there's
Okay.
some comic
The
book. No, the comic books have done him dirty in recent years, like really bad.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Like, but if you go back to like the '90s and like the late '80s, early '90s Riddler, he was a mean motherfucker, and he took shit from no one. And he could throw hands with Batman. He wouldn't win, but he would throw hands.
Well, from what Cody was saying, that's what this new Batman movie is gonna be, is the Riddler. So I hope
Yeah,
they.
I mean, from the previews I saw, it looked like it, and I'm like, all right, okay.
I wasn't paying much
Like, this is
attention. I was more busy glaring at Cody. So
why were you glaring at Cody?
that was what I was doing during that moment.
Why were you glaring at him?
Because he was like having an
because
orgasm
he
in the
was
seat
being a
next to me.
DBC fanboy.
Yeah, he was just
Dude,
DCEU, and I'm like, we're in an MCU movie.
he was shitting on Marvel. Like on the ride home, he was shitting on Marvel so hard. And I'm like, dude, I'm a Marvel and a DC fan. Why can't you just, I don't know, shut the fuck up? It's like, why do you gotta like just one? Why can't you like both?
For
I agree
real.
with that.
I will say, hands down, um, Marvel has got live action in the bag. DC can't figure it out for shit. At least not
Yeah.
group movies. They haven't, because they tried to
Not
do it
yet,
too
but
fast.
that's what I told Cody. He was like, oh yeah, they did better. I'm like, dude, they fucking jumped over mountains trying to catch up with Marvel, and that's where they fucked up.
Hmm.
I was like, if they would have just like made a Batman movie, made a Wonder Woman movie, did like Marvel did, then bring it all together, that would have been good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, especially because in all of like every animated DC universe I have watched, and I've been watching a lot because Cody is demanding me catch up, and I'm like, dude, I've now watched
Oh
more than
yeah.
you. No, I've now watched more than him. Okay, like I'm going to him, going, hey, where does this fit in the timeline? And he's like, dude,
He's
I've
like, I
I've
ain't
never
doing that.
seen that movie. I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, oh,
And he's
okay,
like,
cool.
oh, like, oh well, you should do me a favor and catch up.
Yeah, it's like you should do me a favor and watch that fucking movie because it's actually pretty good. But like when it comes to animated, DC stomps Marvel. Okay, like the DC animated universe that they have, where they actually did the thing Marvel was doing with live action and took the time to give characters movies, give them character development, let them evolve as like individuals. Where like, yeah, half the movies are Batman movies. I will say that, but Batman has like 9 sidekicks. All right, like there's a lot of Bat people.
Yeah. The Bat family is pretty diverse.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
they go through all that. Also, Dooms, do you like all the superhero stuff? Like, do you actually keep up with it?
Only a little bit here and there. Like some things here. Like I probably pay attention more to Marvel than I do DC, but I can listen to both.
Okay, because like I've been watching Young Justice, and it is so fucking good. And the only person I know that's caught up with me is Logan.
Yeah.
I don't see Logan
Oh,
very often.
you mean Logan?
Logan? He's
They misspelled his name at work. They forgot to put the A in it, so it's Logan.
Oh God, that's horrible.
And I was like, dude, that. And he goes, shut up, just shut up. And I'm like, no, I can't let that go. That's hilarious.
Uh,
Let's see. Where is Logan's name? Oh man, there are so fucking many people in the KR chat. It's not even worth the joke. There's so many.
Dude, he's got that chat muted, so
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I
like,
can't.
no, I asked him. I was like, have you seen it? And he's like, no, dude, I muted that chat. Y'all are too fucking active. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's like that. Oh, okay. Well, fuck you too then. Like that's the point of the chat is it's active. There's a lot of people that have it muted though.
I was like, I told him, I was like, you think that's bad? When we all were on Facebook, my phone was just constantly going ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, and if there was ever a day that chat didn't explode, Gerbil would pop in halfway through the day and be like, "Is everybody all right? Nobody's talking today."
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you guys good? You're not dying, right? And it's like, no.
No,
Not yet.
we're just all busy today.
Yep.
God, I'm so glad we don't have to deal with Facebook anymore. Fuck Facebook. Fuck,
Yeah.
fuck Meta. Okay. Fuck all of it.
Fuck you, Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg is an agent of the Black Lodge. I know you two don't know what that means, but it's okay.
But that sounds something like something bad.
Yeah, it's it's not the best. It's where the Men in Black
I
might come from there.
mean, usually if it's like something has black in its name, it's like, that doesn't sound good. I don't think I want any part of that. Like the Black Lodge, the Black Watch, the Black Order. It's like,
The Black Hand.
yeah, it's like, these are all very, very dangerous things that could kill me very easily.
I'm a psychopath. I just ripped
Dude,
two Starbursts in half and mixed them together. I'm just trying to get rid of these Starbursts tonight. I don't like having coffee. I was a fat fuck earlier too. Like I said, I went to Food Shitty and got some pizza, and I made 2 pizzas. I ate an entire pie to myself, and Gavin ate almost an entire pie to himself. He ate all but 2 slices of the pepperoni. Legit, like in one sitting. This boy he can eat. He can put it away when he's hungry. Super proud of him. He's gonna be a big old boy. And dude, I'm not trying to brag too much on the kid, but he's fucking killing me with how smart he is. He's like, "Hey, Dad, can I download this game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." He comes back a little bit later, and he's like, "Look how far I am." And I'm like, "Dude, you've been playing this game nonstop. You're gonna beat this fucking free like game on your tablet in like 2 days and get rid of it, aren't you?" I guess that's what he's been doing lately. I don't know anymore.
Probably.
Well, he's only allowed to download apps with my permission. Like I have to put my password in, so I know what he has. It's just he gets some really wild shit. He's gotten into word searches. I don't know why.
Huh.
I mean, that's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the crossword puzzles and the word searches and all those shit. And I'm like, all right, cool. More power to you. It's like
More
word.
power to you. No, it's like, I'm not doing it.
No, I play nerdy games on my phone. I do. God bless. fuck? No. I don't have time for all that weird shit. No,
At
like,
least you realize it was weird shit, and you're like, nope, not got time for it.
no, just like my news scroll on Google gets really weird because it's all like nerdy as fuck stuff. You know, it's a lot of, Marvel, DC, Star Trek, Star Wars, all that stuff. But then also sprinkled in is like RVs because like I'm still all right. You know what? I'm gonna totally off the wall change topics in the middle. I've decided what kind of RV I want. Well, maybe not what kind, but what layout I want because I've looked at lots and lots and lots of RVs. All right, and I want a couple's RV. I want something for either me and a significant other or just fucking me. I really don't care if it's just me. All right. But I want a fifth wheel with a front kitchen, a mid living room, and a rear bed. All right. And I've decided this over
Okay.
many, many weeks of looking at RVs, and it's because when you do the front kitchen, a lot of them lately, because that puts the kitchen where the over the top of the tongue that sits in the bed of the truck. With doing that, they can put slides on each side of it and open it up and have a center island, and it gives you a ridiculous amount of counter space. All right, like I said, I've looked at a lot of these, and a lot of them that have that also have like a breakfast nook pointed at the TV in the living room. The TV in the living room is on the wall that goes to the bathroom. The bathroom in a lot of these fucking campers are as nice or nicer than my bathroom in my house. Okay? Like I've seen a couple of these bathrooms that I'm like, put a real toilet in there and that's nicer than what I have. That's the problem with these fucking RVs is their toilets. I'm not a fan of RV toilets. But moving on.
No.
Uh, and then with
I'm
the bedroom being in the back, you can put a big ass bed in the back and still have room. And a lot of the time, if it's big enough, like long enough of a trailer, you can have two doors. You can have one up front and by the like in the to the like living room and with the kitchen off to the right, and then one in the bedroom. Like, and if I don't do that, I want one with a porch because I've seen a couple of campers with porches, and that's fucking
I've
cool.
seen those.
Yeah,
I've seen those, and I was like, oh, okay.
yeah, it's cool as shit, isn't it? Like, that's just. Although, I need to send you guys a link to a video of a 2-story destination trailer. Okay, and it's specifically considered a destination style trailer, and it looks like uh I guess a condo on wheels is the best way to put it. It's not full on 2-story like my house is 2 stories. Um it's more of really really fucking tall so that you can go up like 4 or 5 stairs, and then on the left is a loft area with a bed, and on the right is a sleeping area with a couple of beds.
Okay.
But Dooms you would not be able to fit up there at all.
Oh yeah, no, I
No,
wouldn't.
no. Like I would be like barely comfortable up there. Mark, as the dwarf, you would be fine. All right. Okay, not dwarf, hobbit. All right. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm not like I'm not. No, you can't call me that. That's just insulting dwarves.
Yeah, you're not a dwarf. You are a hobbit. You have hairy feet and all. Oh, yes, grown,
I
grown for
really.
that kid at work. He keeps fucking with me. All right. Oh, I need to say
Oh,
what I did to him on the podcast, which is probably why
oh,
he keeps
God.
fucking with me. So,
Okay.
the other day I got a wild hair up my ass, and as he was getting ready to eat lunch, I was like, "Hey, you want me to tell you something really fucked up?" He was like, "Yeah, that sounds awesome. All right." And I'm like, "This is really gonna fuck your brain up. Are you sure you're ready for this?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, all about it. Tell me." I'm like, "I'm a I'm a male stripper on the side. My name is Rear Admiral, and I walk on stage in nothing but assless chaps and just salute. And he was just like, dude, he turned so red and like started coughing. He was just like, dude, I'm trying to eat. I'm like, yeah, I know. But like, I asked you if you want me to tell you something really fucked up, and you said yes and got excited about it. And he's like, I was like, that's all you can think about now is me and assless chaps, isn't it? And he's like, yeah, it's not pleasant. I'm like, I know it's not. That's why I did it to you.
It's like, oh, I know it's not pleasant, but now you have to live with that.
Yeah, now you live with that.
That
Yeah.
shit lives rent free in his head.
For the rest of his life, he will think of, no, he won't. He's going to go into the military soon. He's not going to remember any of that shit. Well, we're good. I see that is still going, but my program has stopped again.
Oh
Hmm.
No,
no.
no, no. Give it a second. Because
All
it's
right.
done this. Yep, there we go. It's done this several times. All right. And we do end up losing like 20, 30 seconds of audio, but it's literally just as though the audio stops. We stop, like we keep talking, and then the audio picks up somewhere in the middle of us talking. So I have no idea where it went there.
But it
Gerbil,
went somewhere.
once the weather gets normalized, I'm gonna have Gerbil come over here, and we're gonna figure out why the fuck it does that, even if we have to sit, because it always does it between like 45 and 55 minutes of the recording. So even if we have to
Mhm.
like just set it up, and oh, he might just have to be over here one night while we do the podcast, or we might just start using a new recording software. Who knows how things are going to go in the near future, but we are
Yeah.
getting to time here. Um, I've got to go and get ready to put Gavin to bed here in a minute too, because it's a wild week. Oh, it's a wild week. So I want to let's see if I can get better at this and actually end the podcast. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to I'm going to give you a gold star because when I looked on Spotify earlier, we had 5 stars. So I'm going to start giving them back to y'all again. You deserve them for giving them to us. Thank you very much. If you can continue to 5-star rate us for any new listeners, share the podcast. Tell a friend. You know what? You know what I'm going to do this week? Tell a friend. Tell a friend about the podcast. You know? Just anybody, if you know somebody you think that would enjoy our random, just fucking wild ass conversations,
Oh yeah.
tell them to listen to Swear Jar. Also, coming up soon, this is part of the outro, is that we are, if scheduling works well, next week we have a special episode with the Tim. Then 3 weeks later, we will be doing our first murderer. We'll be finally covering somebody who is a killer. I will not call them a serial killer, but I will call them a murderer. Okay, it'll be our dip a toe in, we're dipping a toe into some more creepy shit. Just a toe. It's probably
Just
gonna end
dip
up being 2
toe
episodes long. It's gonna probably be a 2 episode long toe, but we're gonna dip a
so
toe.
easily.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, thank you for listening. Keep liking and subscribing and doing all that fun shit because we are on YouTube as well. God damn, this podcast is going everywhere. One of these days, Gerbil and I are gonna record those fucking ads. Oh, buy a shirt. We got merch.
Please
Buy
buy merch.
Yeah, please buy merch. If you like the show, we don't have a
Yeah,
Patreon. We don't have any of that
awesome.
kind of stuff yet. We will in the future, but
Mm.
for now, the best way to support us is to buy a shirt, or a hat, or I think I saw aprons as well in the shop. Dude, this shop has everything. It's like I clicked on the logo and it's like, yeah, we got 150 items in stock. Just pick one. I'm like, fuck me. Okay. So
Yeah, dude, I looked at it the other day and I was like, oh my god, we got way more shit than I thought.
yeah, I know. I meant to order my hat tonight. I'm gonna do that here in a minute. But like I said, thank you all. Hail Satan and hail yourselves.